Try not to fall
Hello,
asleep.
everyone! Welcome to our first MONSPIRACY Twitch stream.
It's the first episode of MONSPIRACY. What do you mean? This is MONSPIRACY 2022.
Yeah.
MONSPIRACY :
MONSPIRACY call. No! We want it to be good, though!
How is?
Alrighty. Oh, look, Hazard's in the chat.
Hello, Hazard!
Hey, Hazard!
So, as always, we are your hosts.
Yes, so, for anyone
I'm just
who
someone they phone on
happens
the
to somehow...
street.
Hey, Analog's here!
I fucking live here.
Hazard, you live everywhere. If someone
"I
so
have-"
much as thinks of something remotely like Digimon, you're already in their brain.
He said, I have property here. I have a mortgage here.
I just realized I wasn't following Azure, so I just hit follow there. I do apologize. Do not kick me off the podcast, please.
No, it's
you know what?
fine.
I also
I
have
just
that
need to,
I wasn't aware you had a Twitch.
No, the only thing that reminded me of is that I need to fix the thing where I hear that twice, and I don't know if the stream does. That just happens sometimes, I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. I think it's just down to, like, if you have a speaker or something that's too loud and, like, the mic is picking it up in the background.
But I'm
it's
using
picking
a
up
headset.
that, like... Oh, so you've got some back-and-on shenanigans going on in your computer there that you need to fix.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I mean, I connected, like, my phone and shit, like, and, like, I have Vaz in the fucking app in hopes that would be able to prevent these things from happening, but my partner Mon is not a miracle worker, unfortunately.
I like what Analog Haven's after pointing out there. The two opposite things are here, digital and analog.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's true. Holy shit. The digital analog.
Yes. Okay, I'm just very quickly, I was playing Persona 5 Strikers the other day, so I don't have...
Not a Digimon game? How dare you?
How are you gonna...
Okay, excuse me. In what way is Kemonogami 5 Strikers not a Digimon game?
Oh, fuck. I need to get a flipper.
Actually, here's a new one for you. Can we fit, like, Shin Megami Tensei into Digimon somehow?
I don't know.
Can we try to do that?
Yes.
I don't care. I don't care if we can or can't. I mean, it's happening, like...
Yeah.
I'll bend the digital feel to make it work.
You don't have to. The entire premise of Shin Megami Tensei is that by replicating the demon summoning rituals virtually, you can summon demons in a digital form.
Can we do what we done with the video game episode there a few weeks back and just say, because Cybersuit took a lot from Persona, that now SMT is part of Digimon?
We don't even need to use Cyber Sleuth as our Persona connection. We can use Survive.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, true.
I'm happy with that.
Because Survive operates on... We can use Survive because Survive itself uses the adventure partner soul bond concept. And the adventure partner soul bond concept is basically, what if our personas could talk? Bada bing, bada boom.
Done.
We did it.
That's it, everyone. That's the MONSPIRACY.
Good night, everyone.
See you next week.
Wait, hold on. I did a gag. My gag went to the end screen. I don't know if they could hear you guys right now.
Oh, we are actually finished?
You
Okay,
actually
bye-bye.
You actually yeah.
Okay, now.
Anyways.
I hit the wrong button, but they should be able to hear you now.
Like I says, as someone who was very late to the call, I mean, like the last second, what is the topic today?
So, we have 2 topics today. The first
2?
is a revision of our... The first one is a revision of a previous theory we've discussed.
Okay.
So, previously, on MONSPIRACY, we have talked about how the Ryudomon line, as prototype Digimon... hold on. Capture card. Okay, there we go. I had to turn off the sound on the capture card. So, on previous MONSPIRACYs, we have talked about the idea of how Ryudomon line likely formed the basis for the Legend Arms. However, upon re-examination of the Ryudomon line itself, and I just realized, hold on, I forgot to set up the stream for you guys. I only have it.
Oh no, I can see it on. I'm following on the stream itself on Twitch, to be honest.
Okay. But I'll still put it up in the Discord, just in case. Alright, there we go. But so we thought that Ryudomon's line was the original Legend Arms. However, I recently had a realization. So Ryudomon's line ends in the Oryuken, which is the blade of Alphamon Oryuken, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there are parallels between Alphamon and Omegamon because, Greek alphabet, Alpha, Omega, that kind of stuff. But what if Alphamon's counterpart isn't actually Omegamon?
Go
I
on.
think Alphamon's intended counterpart as a Mega-level Digimon is actually Imperial Dramon. Because you know what Alphamon and Imperial Dramon both have in common?
Okay. They hold a sword that's actually a Digimon.
They hold a sword that is actually a Digimon, for which the actual fusion process is incredibly unique compared to other fusion evolutions, which involves the body of that Digimon being converted into a weapon that then proceeds to actually have the power and capability to alter the form of the Digimon wielding it. Oryuken is like Red Bull. It gives you wings.
True.
That means that Omegamon is actually the first Legend Arms, which on its own is pretty neat. But then if we also consider the way that Omegamon's origin seems to be it looks like
You lost yourself.
Half-Draggy is at Universal, and they saw the movie Megatron.
Oh, why didn't you bring me with you, asshole?
That ride is so fucking cool.
I've never been to Universal. I want to go. I want to bring my kid there.
That
But I'm
sounds
gonna wait
like
for him to
so
be a bit
fun.
older.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Anyways,
Yeah.
can I just say something just on the topic of Omegamon being like a first Legend Arms? Why is he not labeled as that?
well, the same reason that Ryudomon isn't. They aren't truly Legend Arms. They weren't designed with the ability to shift into a weapon in mind.
They
it's
just
that
can't.
their unique status as the kind of Digimon that they are, it makes it very easy for their existence to be manipulated into a weapon.
Getcha.
So, like, for example, if we take for example, Daydream Evolution. Alphamon is using its status as a Royal Knight, combined with the Digicore interface on its head and the Digicore interface on the head of Oriumon, to reconstruct Oriumon's body into a weapon. And then the actual fusion of the Digicores produces the wings that sprout out of Alphamon's admittedly less impressive wings. The parallel on Imperial Dramon Paladin mode comes both in the fact that by wielding the Omega Blade, its armor takes on a bright white coloration and dyes its wings white as well, but also the debut of Imperial Dramon Paladin mode makes clear an aspect of its, like, an interesting aspect to it is one that Digimon fans have theorized for decades at this point. See ya, Analog.
Hey, see you, bud.
But, and that is that, hold on. I have to...
While you're looking at it, actually, no, fuck it. I'll come back to it after because this could probably go on a tangent.
Yeah. I'm just modifying the... Just modifying the chat so that it's easier to read. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Where was I? But yeah, so what's the word I'm looking for? Right, Omegamon thing.
Yeah.
The thing that fans have theorized about forever is Omegamon forms that pull a Chaosmon and have different arms. God bless you.
Yeah, sorry, that was decent. I forgot to mute that time.
But also no worries, it was like super muffled, that's why I was confused.
Okay.
Damn it, Hazard. Okay. So Omegamon is Omegamon an entity that can only be formed by the combined wishes of a tamer, their War Greymon, and their Metal Garurumon? Or is Omegamon a phenomena which can occur between a number of different Mega-level Digimon in a similar manner to Chaosmon, in which the actual unifying wish and power forms the basis of the fusion? If the latter is true, then which is what it, and like if we look at the Revenge of Diaboromon movie, the Omega Blade is not formed from Omegamon itself, but rather Omegamon's power. It is the transfer of the wishes that formed the main body of Omegamon in our wargame into a blade separated from Agumon and Gabumon to form a power-up for Imperial Dramon. So, if Omegamon is a phenomenon that is bestowed by the system, then it could be that Imperial Dramon itself was a powerful enough ancient dragon that Omegamon, either way, that Omegamon basically used its power as a royal knight to modify these. Yeah, exactly, Hazard. So, like, maybe the Omegamon...
Wait a second.
What?
Doesn't that mean Omegamon operates almost exactly the same as Ragnar Lordmon?
Oh no!
Can I just say something really, really quick as to what Hazard just put there, especially as we're on Revenge of the Obormon. Do you remember Zexmon, which we went over last week?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he is a mix-up of 4 Digimon.
Oh.
Four Digimon.
So he's got Omegamon X. I translate the whole thing. It's in the server and research.
Yeah, I remember seeing
So you
that.
got Omegamon X is the body.
Mhm.
The cape is from Alphamon. Then we've got Imperial Dramon is the arm. And then the Armageddonmon is the other arm. But it's also got the Aboromon's, like, fucking, I don't know, tongues as whips or whatever shit.
I mean,
yeah,
Armageddon
it's
is
like-
canonically like a fusion of a bunch of Diaboromon, so that makes sense.
But I was just thinking, it was just like the way Hazard says about Omegamon losing his arms to create that, but then the arms are replaced with Imperial Dramon Dragon mode and fucking Armageddonmon or whatever. I just thought it was just kind of sick that he lost his arms, but like if they were to sprout back, as that would have been kind of awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that definitely would make sense. I'm just going to very quickly make tracks a little bit. Oh, yeah, you are on 200%. That is why. I noticed you were like.
What am I like way too loud?
You're fine on my end. It's just I noticed that it was peaking on the actual OBS, and so I was like, well, that's not good.
Oh yeah, my mic does that a lot. I'm sorry, my mic.
Yeah, no,
is
it's
kind of
fine.
like
I fixed it. Don't worry.
a pain. It'll tell me how to because I never know how to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just went into the actual Discord setup and just made your volume a bit lower. And I had it at 200% because of a time when you'd hopped on and it was too difficult for me to hear you.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's entirely on me. Yeah, so like Zexmon even adds to the idea that Omegamon itself is malleable enough that it could be the modification of that.
It's also 4 rivals, like 2 sets of rivals packed into one Digimon. That's what makes it really fucking sick for me.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah,
want them to go
you're
back
right.
to that idea
Mhm.
and kind of like finish it and realize it.
Yeah.
I doubt they're gonna do it at this point.
Yeah, no. So
It's 20 years later.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. Counterpoint: Habu and the existence of Taitamon and Rostyretomon.
Okay, I'll wait the day. I did tweet him last week. I haven't heard nothing back from him, so I doubt it's going to happen unless he just does it on the slide and says, "Hey, look at this,"
Yeah.
which I would love to see.
Listen, if anyone can force Bandai into acknowledging Zexmon's existence, it would be, it would absolutely be, it would be Habu. It would absolutely be Habu.
I'm so disappointed they wouldn't let him remake the Wonder Swan games, because the Wonder Swan games has some great lore in them, and it's just like the fact that like they just need to be tweaked a little bit for gameplay to make them more modern.
Mm-hmm.
But they're so good, and it's just such a shame they said no to
I
them.
think that's what Next Order is like really about, though. It's modern.
Oh
enough
yeah,
that,
yeah,
like,
100%.
yeah. It's testing the waters to see if a game like Next Order is something people buy up, which is why we should buy it up, then we're going to end up getting. We're going to very easily end up getting.
But here's the other thing: is that he scrapped World as the main series as well when he came on board, and says story was gonna be that the main series, like. So, and what was it? The reason is that he just doesn't know how to handle World. So that's why whenever he goes to cons, he's always asking fans how they want to see him handle it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if he gets this, and remember they done their feedback with Survive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do they do the feedback or whatever, then he's like, oh fuck it, I have loads of ideas for the next world game. Now I'll definitely gotta be writing down I want a VR world game for the PlayStation.
Oh god, yeah, that sounds amazing.
Will it happen though?
It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. But yeah, so hold on, I'm trying to.
Really, what we're trying to say is you guys need to buy World next order when it comes out. It needs to pop the fuck off so we can get more games, please, God.
Yep.
We need more ports.
I'm trying to make. I've been trying to fix chat because chat's just not showing up properly in its little box that I made for it. But yeah, so like, that's our first one. But we actually have one more theory to touch up on, in addition to... Well, actually, wait, no. Xana mentioned something really important, I think. Which is that... Yes, push next order. And the order after that one, too. But... Like, so, like... Both Zexmon and Ragnalordmon imply Omegamon to be a similar entity. Because it is a Jogress that... It is a fusion that is canonically in every form formed from the wishes of the tamer or tamers behind Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon. So, like, it being that kind of, I guess, it being that kind of entity makes sense, which then implies that the problem with Chaosmon, which we were talking about earlier, might not be the Digicores. It might be its capacity as an Omegamon clone. Because everything about Chaosmon screams Omegamon clone. It could be... And that could be why the Digicore fusions don't happen. Because they're trying to force an Omegamon.
So Omegamon is essentially the template, is what we're trying to say? Like he's like the...
Omegamon is the template. Omegamon is not so much a... Omegamon is not a Digimon that hatches from a Digi-Egg, or is born from the fusion of Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon. But rather, is a Digimon that essentially is a component of the digital world system, which uses Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon as the base for its existence, but can then be altered and adjusted. And that's probably the reason we have so many variants of Omegamon, like lore-wise. We can have a different Greymon and Garurumon species can be integrated into the different components. Omegamon itself, if Suzanomon appeared during the ancient digital world, that would mean Suzanomon is the prototype for Omegamon.
Yeah, because he's actually his own, like, form.
He is his own separate form that does not... That, like, while very clearly having what we presumed to be Omegamon-inspired traits, could in fact be the case that Omegamon... It could in fact be the case that Omegamon's traits... Oh shit. This is why I love doing unscripted podcasts, because the realizations just hit so much harder.
Wait, what happened?
The reason that Omegamon only works properly if it's a fusion between a Garurumon and a Greymon is because the two ancient warriors that survived fighting Lucemon were ancient Greymon and ancient Garurumon.
That's sick. That's sick.
Which implies that the way that that went down is the other 8 died, then their powers were absorbed by the 2 who lived, forming the first appearances of Emperor Greymon and Magna Garurumon, which then fused into Susanomon and reset the system, and every version of Omegamon has been the system itself echoing Susanomon.
Damn.
Which means that the occasion in which Imperial Dramon Paladin mode saved the digital world was the system having used a War Greymon and a Metal Garurumon as the basis to establish the Omegamon, then passing that Omegamon's power into Imperial Dramon Paladin mode to defeat whatever the enemy was.
Now, there's only one thing that I find like kind of weird though. So
Okay.
I can buy that. I can buy that definitely. Like, Susanomon is the originator of this kind of like idea of evolution, and since essentially it's 2 of its components survive, which is Greymon and Garurumon, that's why they're able to make Omegamon. But at the same time, there's all these like fake Omegamon essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wondering like, we're essentially implying that like whatever is in the middle, that body is like its own entity. Is there like just some kind of entity that's trying to forcibly like materialize itself?
So I think what's going on is that since Susanomon is the system reset, that Omegamon as a manifestation is the digital world basically going into crisis mode and bestowing the necessary admin privileges to defeat that crisis. Which lines up with the idea that was best displayed in Colon of Omegamon not being a higher evolution, but rather an instant-spawned entity that appears when the situation is dire enough. And like if we look at different Omegamon clones and variants, we've got evidence for this because Zexmon is the fusion of immensely powerful Digimon using Omegamon as the base. Ragnalordmon seems to operate on a similar principle to what we just described, with the fusion of Digicores at a higher plane producing the Mintmill body. Omegamon's variants, Omegamon Swart and Omegamon Swart D, are the result of infusing Black Digitron into the fusion process for Omegamon in order to produce a Berserker type entity. This Berserker type entity is still a vaccine type, but breaks the rules of what Omegamon is like. It breaks it from what Omegamon is supposed to represent. Omegamon is supposed to be a force of essentially balance control. Like, it is literally crisis control.
Yeah.
And now here's the fun part. Chaosmon, the failed Omegamon that is constantly trying to be erased by the system,
Yes.
which can reach a form which, similarly to Zexmon, is a fusion of 4 Digimon. And I mean, I know Chaosmon did start off as Zexmon, that's what we were talking about the other time. But the fusion is unstable.
I think the 2 are separate.
Yeah, I'd say the 2 are separate at this point. It's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a kind of like a Blackbird Greymon X / Samudramon.
Yeah. Chaosmon is the less powerful form of Zexmon. Is Zexmon
Yeah.
before he can get his full power?
Yeah, that sounds accurate. But here is the key part that's interesting about Chaosmon. One of the components of two of the components of the components of Chaosmon are very interesting if we ignore the one consistent one, because the one consistent one is Bancho Leomon. However, the arm that theoretically would replace Bancho Leomon, Kentarosmon, or Slightmon, whatever you want to call it, is a Royal Knight. In the past, with Alphamon, we've seen Royal Knights get special admin privileges that let them do things others can't. Another side of it, let's see, we have Valdermon, which is a canonically holy Digimon. Holy Digimon, we've established, have admin privileges, can do things others can't. Next one, Darkdramon. Darkdramon is a member of the D Brigade, which is a militant organization within the digital worlds, which canonically modifies its Digimon in order to have different capabilities. Chaosmon is an experiment in attempting to create an Omegamon system that is not tied to the administrative system of the digital world. And why am I confident in saying that? Because where the D Brigade failed, the crack team succeeded. Blitzgreymon and Crescarurumon exist not in our initial idea as the natural evolutions of the version 1 and 2 perfects they come from, but rather are the perfections of those by the crack team to become variants of the Greymon and Garurumon lines in order to create an Omegamon system that operates independently from the digital world's governing system, and in no way is this better just demonstrated, but by the fact that while Omegamon Zwart is still a vaccine type, Alter S is canonically considered to possibly be a different individual than the Omegamon of the Royal Knights, and is a virus type. It changes its environment. It is not a crisis removal system.
I keep forgetting that he's a virus type for some weird reason.
It's because he still has the cool heroic colors.
Yeah, but then again, like also like I think every variant of at least every variant that is Omegamon that has Omegamon in the name, aren't they all except for like maybe Zwart or like Altered
I'm
would
pretty sure.
be?
So Zwart is Altered B. I think is the only other virus, but I will check that now. I just need to go back to. God damn it, Bandai! Could you please just put a way to get back to the reference book?
While we're talking about that, can we please get some more high res images of the reference book as well, please?
I mean, that's-
Please.
God damn
Okay,
it! Yeah, we
listen,
need them. Jesus
We're
Christ.
getting that. They literally dropped another journal today.
Thank God.
Let's see. If I search Omegamon, will it not show anything? Yo!
What?
Holy shit! Omnimon is dead!
Tell me.
Omnimon is
What?
dead!
What?
No.
Hold
Come
up,
on, boy.
hold
Come
up.
on.
Let's see. Okay. Here we are. Need to move this down to here. But look at this. Shoot. Hold on. I'm fixing this. But look at this. On the reference book, Omegamon, Omegamon X Antibody, Omegamon Alter B, Omegamon Alter S, Omegamon Zwart Defeat, Omegamon Merciful Mode. Omnimon is dead.
They're using Omegamon now.
They're using Omegamon now.
Oh, interesting.
I'm so happy that they're doing that. Holy Christ! It's like, it's annoying. Like I want. It's my biggest complaint with Digimon is just how like inconsistent the naming system is.
I mean, I knew that they were using Omegamon in the VB, but it looks like they're actually shifting it now. Like, Alphamon
really
has
hope they
enough
do.
of a presence that they're just sticking to Omegamon.
Yeah. Oh my god, the erratas in the card game is gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, pain.
Hey, I mean,
those-
honestly, it probably won't be too bad. They can honestly just make a rule that says Omegamon and Omnimon are the same Digimon.
It's just the problem
They
is they
better.
probably have to print them on like they most likely have to print that on like every card though. They're gonna have to reprint a couple cards or just like have their errata in place. All I know is
Like, just
that
put
if
the
they're
errata in the rules that they are the same Digimon.
yeah,
Just
It's
let
not,
it not
it's not
be
going
an
to be like the
organic war
situation where they're
situation.
going to have to consistently say Burning Greymon and Doru Greymon are not Greymon Digimon.
Or like, have you seen Draconic Roar? The fucking issues with that set at the moment.
no, I
heard
haven't.
Bits and pieces.
Half the set is like being errated. Half the set, like
Why?
everything is wrong. He says it was a factory level issue or something.
No way.
No. Oh well, I'm holding off getting the set until everything's fixed. I'm gonna give it a few months.
I might buy some packs just to say like, hey, I have some factory error cards.
That wouldn't be a bad idea either, but I'm broke as fuck and I can't be bothered when I'm playing the game sitting there with the big fucking Digimon
ass
cards set up. No.
I'm still waiting for a digital version for getting big into the card game. Because I will fall. hard.
They are working on it though. They are working on it.
Yeah, I know. That's
Well,
what
I mean,
that's
like,
why I'm waiting.
At least like gauge an interest. Like nearly every time they have a questionnaire, is like, oh, would you like one of this? Is this still something you want? So I'm hoping we get us one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
That game will take off then.
yeah, but yeah. So here, going to the actual reference book, Omegamon Zwart vaccine.
Oh, yeah,
Zwart
yeah.
defeat finally becomes a virus.
Oh, okay.
I always thought that what
And-
was a virus for so long as well.
And see, it says here it was infected with a virus program.
Mm.
And the virus program versus its remnant vaccine is making it unstable. And you know what's interesting about Zwart defeat? I believe, being from Next Order, is that Zwart defeat then evolves into our first Omegamon Alter, which is
Alter
also
B.
our virus.
Mm.
Which would then
I love Alter B.
imply that the inclusion of Black Digitron into Omegamon Zwart's fusion process was done by the Crack Team, the virus was created by the Crack Team, and then the Zwart form, and then Alter B is then Alter S is then actually based on Alter B, rather than being a temporary form. Like, once the Digitron fades is how they actually got Alter S in the first place, and then recreated the final stages using that data.
So, I mean, has anyone here seen the most recent leaks of the Gamamon BE dim?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some, but go on.
Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit of a spoiler, just in case. I just want to warn everyone. Who knows how this is gonna work in the show or anything? Turns out, we're not getting just one mega, or even two. There are 3 Gamamon type megas in this new BE dim. So there's obviously the one we already saw, Siriusmon, I think his name is, or Cybersmon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen these. Yeah, yeah.
The other 2, I don't know if they've been named yet, but one of them is definitely like a, I guess, quote unquote, like, you know, the good evolution, and it looks gnarly as fuck. It looks really, really cool. It looks way cooler than Cyrusmon. It actually looks like its own kind of Digimon and doesn't look like it's like a variant of Greymon.
I have them. I have their
Legend
names
Arms.
here as well.
And it's
I have their
holding
names
a
here.
fucking Legend Arm weapon. We don't know which Legend Arm it is, but it definitely looks like it's holding some kind of Legend Arms. It has like a face on it.
I think it might be. It could. I don't think it's Zubamon. I think it's Ryudamon. I think it's like its head
We're
looks
looking
more
at the white one,
Zubamon-like.
aren't we? We're looking at the white Digimon with the kind of a gold spearish kind of looking thing.
Yeah, that giant battle axe thing.
Yeah, do you
It's
know, I
the
got
head
sent
on the
because
battle axe looks
I have them
Zubamon-esque.
here. I have their names as well. If you want, I can send them over there, and you can kind of throw them on stream.
Yeah.
So there will be spoilers on the screen, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you work away. I'm just gonna try and send this over to you really quick.
I'm just saying, you know, we keep talking about how Gamamon, if not in the show, then definitely lore-wise, has something to do with the crack team. The fact that he's holding a Legend Arm in one of his evolutions, and possibly that other mega that we saw that's for Gulus. The drills on his arm might just be like his own weapon, but it could also, who knows, could also be something with the Legend Arms as well. I don't know. I just think it's interesting. I just think it's weird. Like, you know, I personally think that the Gulus Gamon Mega looks a lot like a certain knight holding 2 different weapons that we've seen before, and we theorized before about the possibility of it being the knight that holds Lordmon, especially considering that we already have the good evolution holding a Legend Arms.
And so now, I have to point out that. Okay, hold on. Let me open this in here. So there they are. And now I have to point out. I have to point out now.
Like, look how beastly these look. So
They
cool.
look so
I was
man. I can't
initially
wait
planning
to
on
raise this
passing.
dim.
I was initially going to pass on getting the
What?
Gamamon Dim, and that is no longer the case.
That's no longer an option.
Like, I was like, I don't need this. I have the
I feel
have
like
the crack
I
team
feel like
version,
this.
but now I need
I
this.
feel like this could be one of the... Oh shit! The fact he's a Jogress as well, because that word on the side is a Jogress. The fact he's a Jogress as well. What is he Jogressing with?
We don't know yet.
It's
Like,
between the Gulus and regular forms for Gamamon.
oh,
If you look closely, it has the more Gamamon-esque color scheme, but it still maintains that kind of Gulus coloration and components as well.
you're right. Yeah, he looks a lot more beastly compared to the black one. The black one actually looks more like good in his like designs and stuff.
And
I
you
like
know
the
what
fact
else the back one looks like?
Like Ragna.
Ragna? No, look at that head. That's a Jessmon variant.
Oh fuck, you're right.
It's a
my
Jessmon
God.
made of drills instead of swords.
And he has like his shoulder pads totally look like
Jessmons.
yeah, or Galamon too.
I'd love, because this is not gonna happen, but I'd love if he was a Jogress of Digmon. Just because he's got the, his arms look so similar. Oh,
I love
Digimon Jogress, one of the most evil Digimon out there.
And to go even further with this, Gamamon's connection to the crack team, and our theory about the knight who would wield them being the egg raised by Jessmon
Oh yeah.
implies that the crack team is working with the Royal Knights.
Oh god. God.
Can we get a Royal Knight version of Machine Dramon then?
That would be glorious.
I would love that.
Let me just
Like have
check.
what's his
on
Chaos Dramon like evolve even further into like a Royal Knight. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Just full fucking circle.
Alright, let's see. Let's see. So, let's see. Hazard's just being here like, I miss when Chrome Digizoid was such a big deal. Alright, let's see what Half Draggy's saying. Merciful mode. What if Merciful mode is incomplete since it's taken in 8 Digimon, 1 of the Archangels, 1 of the 4 Holy Dragons, and 2 descendants of the Ancient Warriors? It would make sense. Merciful mode, honestly, there's a decent amount of parallels between the 10 Warriors and the 8 Digidestined. The only ones that are really missing from that lineup. Hold on. Someone else talk while I type something up, please.
Hey
What would
guys.
you like me to say? Oh no, you take over. You work away.
Oh, I had nothing. I was just starting out.
Oh, near die.
Fuck.
Hey, look, we're talking now, and it's covering up all the quiet noise there. So at least we've got that going.
So,
Teamwork.
in the, and I didn't watch the most recent episode, but in the last episode that came out of Ghost Game, those 2 dim cards that he gives to his friends are obviously the B versions of Jellymon and Agoromon. It's already confirmed. It's going to be clear blue and clear yellow. How you guys feel about that? I want the piss yellow on Goromon one.
I love that description. I'm actually hyped for them. I can't wait to see new like Bs and stuff. Like, have you even see that thing you can switch between the Digimon? What was it? You can choose the adventure mode that you want to go into, but I don't know if that means you can switch what Digimon. Yeah, you can choose the adventure mode. I don't know. I think it's between each dim.
Go through an adventure mode with a different.
Have a look over on Humulus Discord. I think he has some stuff over there on it.
Yeah,
Alright, I'll look into that.
Is this like new information? This must be new.
Yeah, I think it's brand new. There was a little.
Shit.
I think they put some up on Digimon.net as well. But I know Humulus put some up. But I don't know. Humulus was saying he's not sure if you can switch the Digimon, like Digimon from, I don't know, Gulus goes into 25th or whatever, vice versa. But it's something like that. You can choose whatever adventure you want.
On the subject of BEMs, though,
Interesting.
something that Bandai has been doing with the BE, which I am so grateful for, so glad, and we are back in peak personal electronics design. Transparent plastic has returned!
Thank God.
Finally. I really want another reissue of, the Ties Orange and Blue Digivice. I really want a reissue of that because it killed me. I couldn't get the 15th anniversary of it.
So
Oh, yeah.
I have one that I need to repair. If I get it repaired, I will gladly sell it to you for cheap.
What's wrong with it?
I broke the shell a little bit from opening it up too many times.
Wait, which though?
Digivice for Ver 15.
Oh man.
Which I bought that thing for research purposes off of a friend. The friend tossed in a version 1 for free, and I liked the version 1 way more, so it's more like I paid $100 for a version 1 and got a Digivice for free.
Got him. That's what I wanted from like the VB. It was just like a complete Digivice experience. Like a mini map and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hope the BE does. Having like a
Having
mini
a
map,
map
the
for adventure
fruitable
mode would honestly
Digimon,
just make
stuff
it
like that.
peak.
Oh, the VBB, that could be like the perfect amalgamation of both series into one. Now, if all they could do is just somehow make that function like the Wonder Swan and Pocket Station did, and make a complete like PlayStation or some sort of game of it, I would love that. I mean, like, that was gonna happen because Habu says that is like he doesn't want to have like a separate entity people have to buy into. Just make it all be under one roof as an optional thing if it's there. But I don't know. I think it'd be kind of sick. He will allow you to have multiple adventure modes. That's what we were trying. That's what I was trying to say earlier. But what I was trying to say just there was like just like how the VB was a missed opportunity to be that perfect Digivice / VPET. But it looks now like the BE is actually starting to pick up that slack and kind of like round it out an awful lot more to make it both. It's kind of cool because they haven't worked on a proper VPET in a while now. We're getting the version color, which I'm really hyped for.
Absolutely. That reminds me, I gotta get the version 2. I only bought one so far.
I bought them both. I picked them up from Zen and TCG. But
I went with Japan Yuan for that only because I still recommend them, but haven't purchased anything from them in a while. So I want to make sure they're still solid. So I bought one of them from.
I used Japan Yuan once, and it was for Pendulum Z's, and for whatever it was, just important in my country, the imports, all that, it just got insanely pricey.
Yeah,
so that's the only reason I'm not doing that. It cost me over 200 quid just to get 3 Pen Z's, like.
Oh damn!
So I was like,
yeah,
it was imports. It wasn't the prices them or nothing. It was literally imports.
Yeah, it's the import stuff. Yeah, when it comes to like importing, if you are in Europe, Zenon's like always the way to go. Like,
see, now we have Bandai UK, which
I forgot you guys have.
Yeah, well, I've got my UK address, and I'll just get it shipped around to there and just get them drop it over to me. I'll pay a little bit extra, but it won't be as much as if I used Japan ones. Plus, I'll be supporting Bandai directly as well, which is kind of sick.
Yeah, you lucky bastards are the first people outside of Japan getting the BE in retail.
How
hey, look, you've got the Digivice V, okay? We're still dealing with the import version of the VB is what we're getting for now.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So come on.
Okay,
we have to have got something.
That's fair.
It's
but I'm
crazy.
still very jealous.
I'm super jealous because, like,
I'm super jealous because the existence of the Vital Hero guarantees that they're going to wait to release the BE.
True, yeah.
Because they haven't actually delivered on the app yet, and they're going to deliver on the app first.
From what I've been hearing, I heard rumors that apparently the Vital Hero was supposed to drop a lot sooner than it did, but like the merger and everything kind of pushed everything back. So there's Premium Bandai, Bluefin, and Bandai America were like technically 3 separate companies. So Bandai proper decided to just put everything that was being done in the US at the time, which was those 3, into one.
I feel like, do you remember we had a drought of DIMs and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You think it was because of that?
I feel like, no, I think it was all pushed back. Do you remember when Toei got the hack?
Absolutely.
How tightly knit all this stuff is together. I mean, we went 100%. Months after all this talk about like the PvP app, and then we went months with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Even just almost getting practically shadow dropped on us. I mean, like, I feel like there was gonna be a whole lot of promotion for this, and everything just got pushed back. That's why we've not heard a whole lot.
I wouldn't be surprised because even with when you look at what's his name, the Frontier Dim are announced at the same time, and they got pushed back massively. I mean, we just finally got them. Like, I don't know if they were always intended to be the last dim cards for the OG Vital series.
It's a really I have to believe that was planned, and the reason I say that was planned is because of how perfectly going from Vital Brace to BE mirrors going from Frontier to Pen X.
Counterpoint. Counterpoint. What about the cancelled dims that we never got? How many other cancelled dims did we not hear about? You know? So, I mean, like, I feel like if
like January of that year,
they were, they were. That's what I'm saying. Like, how many other dims were we supposed to get between then and now that we'd never heard of? The only dims we've got since before the 28th, was the Frontier Dims. We got in March, and that was the dim case with Stingmon's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I mean, like, how many other dims did they say? Okay, let's hold off on this material and use it for the next one. That's what I feel like. Do you know these votes that we're putting on? I feel like they were probably going to be on dims. See the
Oh yeah.
like Belfamon being on there. I feel like he would have been on the VB before.
Yeah.
Also, look at the was it the Beast dim that we're getting?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of monsters on that are stuff we've already seen before. I feel like the rest is over as they probably had sprites made for already, and it's like, okay, you can use these.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
I can see that. I
That
can see
totally
that.
makes sense.
Because
Because there are kind of a few ones that don't really seem like they make sense where they do, but
yeah.
are still there.
Because like we have it was obviously Karma of the Gods and the other Angel Dim that got canceled.
Yeah.
And they did mention that they were working on other dim, but they were trying to figure out how they were going to release them. I remember that was the big question they were talking about like late last year.
And that's what they says. Actually, that's a good point. This is what they said when they cancelled the dims for the Angelmon dims and all them. They says they're re-commercialization or something like that.
Something.
Reconsidering commercialization. So it was like, okay, so they're not gonna advertise them as a dim. They're gonna be advertised as a BEM instead.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah, I can totally see that.
Where like they were just like, okay, well we're gonna just because there must have been some kind of internal change. Because
Here's the other thing. Zeba actually pointed it out to me on my server there. There's a number a year under the BE, and he reckons it's when the production was, and that was 2021, which was last year. So last year is when production started on the BE, and we only heard it about 6 months later, after everything was cancelled.
That's a really quick turnaround.
Yeah.
It is.
All right.
So I mean, like then you were saying with the mergers and stuff, there was a lot that happened to push everything back.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of internal stuff that happened. Like there's like the merger with America. There was the hack, which affected the entire company and the anime and pushed it back. So it's like
it's Monodramon's fault, lads. Larry Box just said it. We can blame Monodramon. That's why we haven't seen him since.
Yeah, true.
And I hate him now after all the chaos he's caused.
100% blame this all on the GP dims. I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, the GP dims flopping was the best thing for anybody though. Like, if you really think about it, because
the GP dims flopping killed Digimon Gacha games, and that is something we need to be happy with.
That's true.
I know. But could you imagine how predatory the VB app and everything could have got if they let that fly?
Absolutely. Like, or even if they didn't go that far, just based on dim releases alone. Like, imagine if a lot of fan favorite Digimon became GP dims and it was a single line and you had to buy 10 of them.
What about that? If that was the idea for Frontier?
Dims would literally just be single line spirits.
Yeah, it's just saying.
Yeah,
that's probably what the intention was, because they were the anniversary dims for Tamers.
Yeah, they weren't even gonna do. The only reason why they made that EX set was because people were upset of the GP dim.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It's fucking nuts. It's just like
hey, we got Terriermon over, so I'm happy.
Absolutely, I'm so happy. I don't know how.
Lopmon dim featuring Terriermon.
Yeah, essentially.
You what?
The Lopmon dim featuring Terriermon.
Yeah.
It's such a shame.
Especially because they could put 2 rookies.
It's crazy to me that they waited until after that dim came out to do that. That would have been the perfect time to start doing hey, by the way, you can raise 2 rookies.
Especially
if they could have done it the whole time,
that was the problem of how many repeated Digimon were on those dims.
Sorry?
Especially because that was the time when people were complaining about repeat Digimon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They could have spliced. They could have spliced Mono's line into the Guillemon dim, and spliced Gargramon into Guillemon's dim. Probably Marine Angemon into that too.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not happy with the recolors on Guillemon's dim. There were so many recolors. I was like,
they could have replaced the recolors.
Oh
with
yeah.
Totally could have replaced the recolors with
Just Monodramon's line.
just Monodramon's line. Actually, I'd say put Monodramon's line with Renamon, because they did try and like play up in Tamers. They did kind of play up the dynamic between Rio and Rika.
Yeah.
But put Takato's friends and put Jerry and Takato's friends Digimon into Guillaumon, because that's
Oh,
the
yeah, that would
most
be
room
cool.
because of recolors.
That would be cute, yeah. As long as, like, that's one thing, like, you know, now that we have these fucking massive dim now, like, the dim cards are so much bigger. I really hope they cut down on repeats and recolors. I mean, we already have a couple repeats coming soon. Obviously, with
I
the
don't
Imperial
mind. I don't mind repeats coming at the start, because then you can like move your older Digimon onto the newer format.
That
I
is
don't mind
true,
that.
and like the older Digimon are heavily nerfed now, so. Because like I know a lot of people were really pissed off when they announced the Imperial Dramon dim. I didn't mind it just because one, we get to play with it with the
was so
new
happy. I
upgrades.
was
Yeah,
so
like we get to play
happy.
with the new upgrades, and also
It's a bonus as well. It's a bonus
is,
as well.
yeah.
It's
Like,
not
there's-
like you're going out of your way. So if you want to get it, you can get it. If not, it's not like you're doing that an extra for it. What you're paying, like an
Yeah.
extra 10 quid.
I don't even know. Like that. I don't think it's anything extra. Actually, I think as long as you pre-order it, like you
Is
should
it?
be good. Yeah, I think so. At least like that's what I've seen. I don't know. If
It's
I mean,
the
like
new Black
I don't
Roar.
know what.
Yeah, it is. But like at the same time, when you think about it, like you know
It's the new Black Roar, which is why I'm panicked over the fact that I haven't had enough money to buy Double V.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, on
Because
Amazon,
I
at
know,
least.
I know that it was happening with Zenin, where they were like, we're gonna stop listing it as with the Imperial Dramon Paladin mode, with the Imperial Dramon dim, because
Yeah.
we're not sure how many we're actually gonna get with it, because it's a similar situation.
I hope I know at least on Amazon JP they still list it with that.
Yeah,
dim.
here's what I
I
want to say.
pre-ordered it.
I really hope that Bandai will kind of like throw Zen in a bone and give them a little bit more information, though. Just because like I feel like they do such a service.
Yeah, Zenin is insanely they're the best to go to.
Oh, yeah,
when it
that's
comes
it's
to
like-
premium Bandai stuff, there is no one better.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're in Europe, there is no one better. The only time I would recommend going to someone other than Zenin is if you want it fast and you're in the US and you happen to also be a Digimon content creator.
They
apparently.
are working on that. They
Amazon
should
JP.
have the. They are working on that. I think they says they're going getting what was it? By the first week of December, they should have their shipment of the bees in.
Fantastic.
So that's not too bad. And I also heard they might be setting up a Japanese branch too. So
That is very good.
they will be getting a lot faster. It's just like they are a new company.
Oh yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, obviously
No,
they
yeah,
didn't start
absolutely.
under the best conditions being from where they were. But I mean, like, I think the fact that they didn't scout the shit out of things like a lot of places do.
They don't
Oh,
scout
I
you.
think
They
that's why I love to support Zen.
are totally down to earth. They are just awesome, good people.
Here's a quick kind of breakdown of just how much they could fuck us over, but they haven't. So I went looking through eBay or whatever. I don't know, like a video on the scalp and just comparing prices or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Zenin are actually selling it €100 cheaper than eBay nearly.
Wow.
For the Imperial Dramon VV.
Nice.
Oh yeah, not sponsored. They're just good. Yeah, 100%.
seriously,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Hashtag not yet sponsored.
Oh yeah, I've worked with them, and I've been in talks with them. But I mean, like, this isn't sponsored. This is Azure's format, not mine. But yeah.
Yeah, no. I will admit, 2 of my goals as a streamer is to get big enough to be sponsored by Bandai. The much more realistic goal that is equally desired by me is to get sponsored by Zenin, because they're just that good.
That's it. Yeah, they're like a mini Bandai.
They are. If
To me.
Zenin becomes the ambassadors of Bandai delivering Digimon to the world, then it will be a good world to live in.
But yeah, what I was saying though is I kind of hope that they can get that little bit of information, because like Zam pointed out there, Amazon had that information of how much bees they have with the Imperial Dramon dim, and Zenin doesn't have that info. So they just have to say, okay, we're
I mean,
not sure if we have it, so this is what we're doing. You
It's
know?
fucked up, but like one of the answers might simply just be that Amazon is
Money.
just advertising it, and they might not even fucking be able to do it. Like that happens a lot. Like
That
that
does
happens
happen
a
a
lot.
lot.
Like I just got the Mega Man Battle Network model kits from AmiAmi, and if you got it early as a pre-order bonus, it was supposed to come with like a little battlefield, and I didn't get either of
Dude,
them. And
quick
that
question.
happens sometimes.
Or quick question. Have you opened that Metabots Metawatch yet?
No, I haven't yet actually. Like hold on,
So-
like where the fuck is it? Hold on, it's literally like sitting down here. Oh, there it is.
You're froze, so I can't see shit. But yeah,
Oh shit.
I get the idea. No, you're not froze. I was watching a stream. You're frozen stream.
Yeah,
Why
there's a
you stay
little
there?
bit of delay for
um,
the stream.
Yeah, it's literally it's unopened. Like I still haven't opened it. Like the Metabot
I
Dim's
really
fucking
wanted
trapped
that.
in here begging to be released. I just haven't unboxed it
I
yet.
wanted that Metawatch so bad, but it's
Yeah.
like, I couldn't justify the price. And then they came out with a
There's-
Rokusho version as well. It's like, come
Yeah, I
on.
was gonna say there's a black one, so I think that's is that
Yeah,
still-
Rokusho's one. I was like so hyped when I seen that too. Metaboss, man, Metaboss for me is just one of those. It was the Monster Tainment animes from back then. They hooked me so bad. I hate the rivalry that went on, the way it got so toxic. Because if that didn't get so toxic, could you imagine where we'd be now? Even Imagineer, actually, unfortunately, they're going through this trademark thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Imagineer had planned on bringing Metabots back in a big way over here too.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that would
And
be
they just
glorious.
can't.
I hope,
We were-
I
we
hope
were
that
In
trademark...
2016, they were planning on giving us Metabots 7 or 8.
I would have loved that because I heard 7 is fucking phenomenal. but it's
7
not in
is
English.
unreal. I love 7. I need to pick up on 8 or 9. I'm missing those two, and Metabots Girls, but I really want to pick them up. Actually, Metabots Girls is a really weird one, but I will try and pick it up. I don't know, you blast the clothes off of like girls playing Metabots battles. I don't know, it's strange.
That
but
sounds weird.
I want to try it out.
It's pretty normal for Japan.
Okay, so one, if you happen to know any good like recent Metabots games that also happen to have English translations patches,
Look at the GBA games.
okay.
Look for the GBA games. They're sick. They're
Oh
unreal.
yeah, you know what's funny? I do own that one. I bought it at like a
Oh, there was the PS1 Metabots R for the PlayStation. It's like a remake of the first Metabots game. That's actually really good. That got an English
nice.
translation there recently as well.
that's
Have a look into
I'll
that.
look
And
into
it has a Pocket Station function, which I want to try and get the game for.
Oh,
You can
God.
get new meta parts, so you can get new meta parts through the Pocket Station. I want to try and get it. But the game itself is very expensive to get, but the Pocket Station one isn't that bad. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll try and get it myself.
Tracks, I swear to God. Every time we talk, you remind me that I need to. Every time we talk, you remind me that I desperately need to get a Pocket Station before this shit gets expensive. Like I need to get on this ASAP because like if I
Yeah.
fucking sit on my ass anymore, like it's gonna be impossible for me to get anything. Because I
Oh,
really.
Fandramon.
Oh well.
Hey, Fandramon, how are you getting on?
Yeah.
Whoa, a
Um,
triple
Yeah,
stream.
Pocket Station.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
there's 3 of us
Pocket-
with our
Pocket
powers
Station.
combined.
Yeah, with our powers combined, we will eventually have a person to fill the 4th slot over in the bottom right corner.
One day.
It's sitting there. Do you know what you could do with that for now? Is just have like, do you know, like Iron Man has with all your sprites or whatever, have the like little suits and little containers and shit. That'd be
that
kind
would
of
be
sick.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That would
That'd
be
You could even do them down the bottom, like Wormon's like guarding them or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Or it's like the empty seat at the round table or something.
yeah, there you go.
But so I finished typing this out. If we compare the 8 original Digidestined to the elements of the 10 legendary warriors, we have some easy parallels, which are a little bit weird, but the difficult one, so courage, fire, that's easy. Love to wind, easy. Purity to wood, that's easy. Knowledge to thunder, sincerity to water. Then we get to some weird stuff. So light, 2 obvious answers. Obviously, light to light, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Garurumon Online would then be friendship would then be connected to ice then. But Garurumon Online is supposed to be light, so it's not clear how that should go. which is actually a remnant of how originally the Garurumon-inspired line was supposed to be ice, but then they changed that during production so that they could have the light and dark twin dynamic.
Oh, is that what? I think that makes sense.
Yeah. It also makes sense when you consider how cold of a character Koji is. But, however, the other thing I can't figure out is what element should correspond to hope. Because, there isn't really a Digimon that corresponds to darkness among the adventure, partner mons.
Well, not in the original Adventure Partners.
Oh, are you implying Wormmon?
Well, we could either be Wormmon or everyone's favorite Digidestin from everyone's favorite adaptation of Digimon, Digimon Tri. We have May.
Oh, right, because of the weird it would make sense for her to have the Crest of Darkness, actually. Because her Digivice literally turns black.
Yeah. Just saying. I mean, I know no one likes her, but that is there.
I don't like her because it messed with the whole dynamic of the original team.
I don't like her just because like we had to teach her the same fucking lesson like 3 times in a row. Like it was like really annoying. Like waiting 6 months.
I can't remember enough to see if we even
I
taught
don't
her the
like her
first
because
time.
Bandai squandered her character and didn't give us Razielmon.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't mind her because I blame that more on Tri's production difficulties and less on the character concept herself.
I think the
I feel,
character
I feel
concept
like
was
they
solid.
rushed Try. They really rushed Try. The fact that they were trying to make each movie as the other one was coming out, it just made no sense.
No,
they really, if they're going to do it, they should have done like an anime series and just like had a
They
properly
should have
storyboard
stuck
of
to
them.
the
mapped
idea
out.
of it being an anime series in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah. Or even
But
like
the fact,
an
Go on.
OVA into the series. Like make the first movie still the first movie,
Yeah.
but then like after that just a series and fucking plan shit out.
Mm-hmm.
because like it's kind of ridiculous just how that went, because I feel like it had potential. Like the fact that like Digimon going rampant in the real world or whatever is like giving a virus to all other inhabitants or whatever, the Digimon in there as well, and then having to like completely erase the Digiworld that came before that they knew. It's such a cool kind of concept.
Yeah.
But the fact it was so rushed, it just meant that they couldn't do so much. There was less exploration into the digital world as well over it. The fact that they even brought back older Digimon, or tamers, older tamers. We barely got to get to know them. They were just says, okay, well, I was there as one of the original Digidestins. Okay, cool. You know, we didn't get to see anything.
I'm sorry.
What happened.
Vandermod wrote, oof, yeah, they needed to try harder.
Don't worry, Fandramon. Puns are very welcome here.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I like
But no, you're right. I absolutely 100% agree with you. Like it was definitely like a lot of squandered potential, but at the same time, like Try was so important to like the growth of the brand because of Try, and they knew people wanted like more of a cohesive story. Like that's what kind of inspired like Kizuna. And Kizuna, they wanted it to be like its own standalone.
Kizuna, I like Kizuna. What I will say, Ghost Game's another wasted opportunity.
It is.
Yeah, they're really kind of. It's
I have
crazy
to say,
to me
though,
that like.
I have to say, though, if you were to give me the option between Try and Kizuna, I'd pick Try in a heartbeat.
Okay, explain.
Because by virtue of the final post-credit scene of Try with Mekumon's Digi-Egg and the Digivice beep, we know that at the very least they do meet again.
Yeah.
And so that means that you can kind of infer that something happens after Try, where Mekumon and Mei reunite and get to actually...
kind of like the Tamers kind of effect.
Kind of like the Tamers effect, yeah. Whereas... And so, like, Try kind of addresses the idea of growing up with your Digimon in a way that doesn't necessarily... Like, it says that, like, you have to properly balance and figure things out, but it doesn't outright tell you, sorry, you're an adult now, stop playing with virtual pet toys. Because that's what Kisuna feels like to me. Kisuna feels like, you're all grown up, so your Digimon's dead. And
Which makes no
like,
sense
the
when
way
you
that-
look at
like-
Zero Two.
Mm-hmm. Like, I remember there was, like, a whole debate over Kizuno and whether or not the 0-2 ending was still canon to Adventure.
I still say Zero Two's end is canon.
Oh, no, they
honest.
did make it canon later on. It was just, like...
I like the fact that Tai and Agumon don't get separated because they're just such a cool team.
Yeah.
In small doses, not like in Adventure 2020.
Yeah.
Small doses. I don't need the whole Oni-chan thing going on again.
Yeah.
Wait, wait, what? I didn't finish 2020. Is that something that happens in 2020?
I haven't finished it either, and it's literally because of that. I love Tai and Agumon, but I don't need them in every episode for a whole 20 minutes, while the rest of the gang are just kind of like, oh, well, here's a quick highlight. This is what Joe's doing right now. He's been in the hot spring for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, that was one of the things. That was one of the things that I kind of like dropped 2024 as well, because I enjoyed. It's funny. I feel like I have
the same phenomena with Ghost Game, but like 2020 and Ghost Game, I can just pick it up and watch it and be like, Digimon.
Yeah.
And then I'm fine. And then the next week I'm just like, Digimon.
Yeah,
Like,
I let
don't
Ghost Game
mind.
stack for
Like,
a bit.
I am absolutely okay with turn your brain off, just random digital world adventures. I am fine with this, even if they're not in the digital world. Monster
Yeah,
of
I
the
like
Week,
Ghost
I'm
Game
totally
stack
fine
for about
with.
a month.
I'm fine with Monster of the Week setup if, like, just in general, so long as I'm consuming it in small doses, so week to week, it's fine with me.
It needs a payoff, is what it needs.
A
Because,
payoff
like,
is
without
very
that,
good.
it's like when you've got a Digimon that appears like for one episode, I want to see it like kind of contribute to something. Fair enough, the odd episode has here's this cool mon just to show it, you know. But like when every episode becomes that, it takes what's special out of that away. 50 episodes in, no bad guy. Exactly. It's like no arc to this. It's insane. Like by what was it? Episode 25 was when I think they met Devimon. And we had already met Ogremon as an enemy. We'd met fucking Devimon as an enemy. There was Leomon was kind of like a friend that was kind of like switching in between as well. So it was like, I don't know. They had the formula right the first time. They just don't want to do anything with it.
I just think like to me it's like because like with 2020 I got tired of the fact that like it was very like lore heavy on things that were happening like before they got to the digital world, and I thought that was so interesting how they were fleshing it out. But then like when it came to the actual characters in the digital world, like they didn't get really fleshed out much. I really didn't like that. And now with Ghost Game, it's like almost the opposite, where I feel like the characters are getting fleshed out. They're getting these nice character moments. We're learning more about them as time goes on. But we have no fucking idea how this version of the digital world works. What's even behind in there? How to get there? Like, there's still so many like questions that we don't know yet. And we're on episode 50, whatever, out of like possibly 65, 70 episodes. So like, if there is no last arc where they like either go into the digital world or something happens and that's like more like serialized as opposed to episodic, I am worried just because like it would feel for a lot of people that this was just building to almost nothing. Where like this is just this thing. Like this has just been like Monster of the Week, and then like the show ends, and like I just hope it doesn't get to that point. Like I'm still
honestly, I think that Ghost Game would be better received if the I feel like Ghost Game might actually have been better received if the only mystery we have is, how do I put this? I feel like Ghost Game should have just played into the idea of being a slice of life and just kind of taken like a Gravity Falls approach to its mystery with Gulus. Where
that would have been nice.
Drops occasional hints spread overall instead of having this like more focused episodes. Because I'm okay with a Digimon anime that doesn't escalate to the point of saving the world. I'm totally fine with a more slice of life Digimon anime. It just there needs to be some mark of progression. And like Vandra was saying, they didn't mind Cross Hunters as much because those characters got development out of the Monster of the Week. But yeah, to finish off the adventure to Frontier comparisons, I gave Metal to Hope, so now we just need a Digimon to represent Earth, or to justify Earth being represented by Hope and give a different Digimon Metal.
Earth.
If we can justify Hope having Earth, then I can get away with saying that Wizardmon would be the 10th. Because Wizardmon can become, has associations with Wisemon, and Wisemon... Ancient Wisemon.
Oh, yeah.
But... And yeah, Half Dragon knows what I mean. Slice of life aspects of Ghost Game are literally some of the best Digimon things ever. But
I'm trying to think. I've not fallen asleep, by the way, not this time, but I'm just trying to think. Armadillomon keeps coming to mind, just because Armadillomon keeps coming to mind.
I mean, I guess, but we don't have enough slots to slot. If we were to take the original 8 and then slide in another 4, then... If we slide in another 4, then we end up with 12. So that's 2 extra. Although I guess... hold on.
Gatsumon?
No, wait, hold on. I have ideas. Let's see.
So what's everyone's favorite Digimon game?
I really liked. I was gonna say Pokemon Silver as a joke, but I can't go through with it.
Do you want the chat to turn against us?
I mean, mine is definitely Hacker's Memory for reasons I can't say because Xana won't finish it, the
I haven't
coward.
finished it yet. I'll get back to it. I finally finished Survive, so I can actually finally.
I love Digimon World, but that's kind of obvious. I don't know, I'm kind of going towards Pocket Digimon World lately.
That game looks fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it sounds like such a cool concept. Also, I love Digimon World, says the alien dressed in a Mameo cosplay.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of obvious, so I have to pick something different.
I think you mean Analog Boy.
Oh no!
No,
oh,
is
no.
it Analog Child? I think.
Yeah.
No, it's Analog Boy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Analog Boy. The card
I have
game.
the card somewhere over here. Hold on.
It's a card game, like Cool Boy as well.
Yeah,
Analog Man.
it's
Yeah, we can all
neither.
understand that
It's
one.
Analog Youth.
Oh, Analog Youth. Oh my god.
Analog
it's even
Youth.
worse.
It's not even
even
analog
worse.
boy. It's just analog youth. I love it.
I do
It's
like
hilarious.
I do like that they didn't specifically give him a gender though.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah. I think that was the idea. I think they wanted him to be somewhat androgynous.
Yeah, because I mean, like you couldn't really choose a gender in that game, so he was
Yeah.
whatever you want him to be.
Yeah. Kind of also gels with Digimon's overall design aspect anyway, like their design philosophy
Well, yeah.
with all that stuff.
To be fair, I think the kid wasn't really part of like the stuff. He was there. He was just there for the ride. He was literally just you going into the Digimon world. Digimon world was literally just about its environment, its world, and you learning about it. He literally has nothing to do with it.
He was merely the vehicle for you to explore the digital world.
Exactly, yeah. Which I kind of like that as well. I want them to go back to that kind of style because
I honestly think that would be, I think that's what's I feel like if the perfect way that Habu's approaching World and the possible MMO would be to have World be an MMO.
Well, see, this is my one issue with Next Order is there's too many like human characters.
Mm-hmm.
With Digimon World, I love to learn about the world itself, how the Digimon like go around their environments or whatever, like what affects them or whatever. You know, like when you go around, you see Frigimon has a little house in Friesland. They have these little cathedrals and mansions and shit. Like there's like my oldest man being like this massive, like kind of like fucking I don't know millionaire by the looks of it. He's like a business dude or whatever. It's like. It shows they have some sort of an economy or whatever as well. So it's like I want to see more about stuff like that they have going on.
Yeah.
Like even if you look at, you know, I don't know if anyone sees, but when you boot up Redigitize on a PlayStation or a PSP, you get this little clip. It's the cutscene basically that you get to start, but shows them all running around living their normal lives in the digital world. I feel like when they started to introduce human characters into that, they kind of took over the story. And you didn't really get to see more of what was going on. Like even when Analog Man was taken over in Digimon World, you didn't know it was a man. You know, it was just like how Digimon were reacting to like this catastrophe that took place in their worlds, like what's after happening to them. So it's like when they introduce all these human characters, it takes the focus off the actual Digimon world, which is what you play that game for, that experience. And just like shoves it elsewhere. So I've heard, that's just my opinion. Anyways.
No, I've heard that opinion on Redigitize before too, where like the fact that it has a story is interesting, but it takes away from like the original.
Redigitize, I'm not too mad at because it shows how like they're afraid of like these humans that came into the world. The fact that Kiho was like the only like person the Digimon, the baby Digimon, could gravitate towards. She seemed more friendly or whatever. It kind of it showed that. They're not used to this kind of shit happening all the time. But when Next Order done it, it was just okay. There's like 5-6 kids just thrown into the digital world, and then this other guy from another universe just thrown in there for good luck as well. You know, it was like, it really like every bit of the story went focused on Digidestined, and the whole Digimon world and everything around it just lost complete focus.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because like Cyber Sleuth is very much driven by its human characters.
That's it. It's like I love the kind of parallels they have.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool to have it be like stories based on the human characters while the world is based on the Digimon ones.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice difference.
My thing was just that the anime was already covering the human characters and how they deal with getting sent to a digital world. The games, like another kind of like, if you want to look at it from that aspect, is like the games being an actual digital media, digital form of media. It makes more sense that they covered the Digimon's perspective.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a nitpick. Like I love the games regardless, but it's just a little nitpick I have from them.
So Half Draggy had to dip, but left us with the nugget of information how every Digimon on the version 1, with the release of Shin Monzaimon, now has a canonical Mega except for Airdramon.
I wonder if, I would not be too terribly surprised if in Angoromon's Dim, there's just like randomly a Mega evolution for Airdramon.
Yeah.
Oh, my!
They did establish it as kind of release second partner a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do have a second theory for today, actually.
Go ahead.
So I was talking to Xana about this earlier, but I might have stumbled across another secret digital world. That is not as... Wait, no, that's not it. This is the one. There we go. I need to get the actual image I was going to use ready. Okay, I found it. So, have you ever heard of a series called Tenkai Nights?
No.
Alright, so basically, it was developed by Spin Master, and it's one of those, like, Canadian-Japanese anime. Basically, the premise was a toy line in which was basically based on Lego. Except some of the bricks would actually be able to transform into figures. So they would have, for example, what would essentially be the equivalent of a Lego 2x4 block, except it would fold out arms, legs, and a head to become a minifigure. And then they'd have larger ones that were like that would like turn into like larger figure, essentially like the equivalent of giants in comparison. And then they would have blocks that would like turn into weapons and stuff. But what's interesting about it is that its premise is this kind of weird quantum space travel / VR thing that teleports the protagonists to a world occupied entirely by these brick-based life forms, despite the world itself not being brick-based. The life forms are treated like robots. Not as in, like, they don't have personalities, but in the sense that, like, they're not considered organic. And there's very clearly AI involved in some capacity. Now, the fun part is that while it's owned by Spin Master, it was licensed out in Japan to a company called, let me see, where is it? Okay, so first off, it's video games done by Bamco. However, the licensing of it. Hold on, I'm trying to find the part where it said. Okay. I swear, it's like someone came through and edited the page while I was gone.
Oh god. You caught on to them.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so I need to actually grab this. Aha! Here we are. Their toys were under the Ionics brand of construction bricks, which also had Pokemon. But, the Happinet Corporation, which handles the toy distribution rights, is owned by Namco. So, my theory is that the series Tenkai Knights is our answer to what happened to the Toy Agumon line. The reason we have no evolutions for the Toy Agumon line is that they were placed into a separate digital world and allowed to exist on their own just to experiment with how Digimon would interact with brick-based being a basic component of their digicores and the data around them. And that's what developed into the series Tenkai Knights.
So, can we send Agumon there in Digivolve just to see what the rest of his line would look like in toy form?
I really want them to do that one day.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I always kind of figured like X-Tyrannomon as part of it, but it's like I want to see,
I want
for a definitive line.
a
is what I want
brick-based
to see.
a brick-based Agumon line would be great.
I seen some fan art. Someone done like a brick-based War Greymon on, I think it was Twitter. I seen it today. And it looks kind of sick. I meant to fucking mark it and have a look, but I just completely forgot.
Nice.
But it looks sick.
But so, a serious question.
Yes. I can't.
Half
They
track
will
you
get
saying
a
that
serious answer
Toy
to that
Agumon became Minecraft.
Oh my god.
Digimobs.
Digimobs. Digital mobsters. Digimobs are the mafia.
No. Digimobs. The Digimon mod for Minecraft.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's
I
gonna-
just saw an opportunity and I took it.
Oh well, I can't blame you for that, to be honest.
Yeah. But so the Toy Agumon line is Lego based. So what would the corresponding Garurumon line be? Like, would Toy Gabumon also be brick based, and then we'd have a brick based Omegamon at the end? Or would it just be like a separate kind of variant thing?
I think it would be really cool if the toy... That would be cool if the toys were something like... It's not just Lego, like it's just toys in general. So it's like Toy Story-esque, that'd be cute.
Yeah.
I just feel like when it comes to the Toy Agumon line, it just still surprises me. Agumon's still one of their most popular. It's still pretty much like their mascot, and there's so many variants.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them just stop at Agumon for some reason. Greymon is also really popular. So is War Greymon. I don't think anyone would complain if we got I don't know, War Greymon Hakase and Toy War Greymon.
Yeah. I feel like Researcher Digimon is something that we definitely need to get a full line of. At least one.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, that is an awesome idea. Yes,
What?
please.
Bushiagumon.
So Bushiagumon to Gaiomon actually makes way too much sense. You can't tell me that's not how it works.
That's always been my headcanon. That like that's the line. Like I don't know what's in between that, but I know that becomes that. You know.
Yeah. It
We'll
just
see
works
one.
too well. But it works too well. But I think that but the idea of toy Agumon becoming more advanced toys as it evolves, leading to a literal Gundam Greymon.
An even bigger Omekamon, or
yeah.
actually, technically, you could just they could have done Toy Agumon into like the Omega, like the Ometamon, like the Metabots, like crossover. Because like I mean, I know they're Metabots, but like technically they're pretty much toys. Like that would have been cool.
Connects Metal Greymon.
Oh god, no.
Yes.
All right.
Would it be called Plastic Greymon?
Maybe.
Ooh. Gunpla Greymon.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd genuinely be cool. If they made any of the amplified designs like canon and anything, that'd be really sick.
So, yeah, please, Bandai, make the amplified Mons actual Digimon. Or at least make more amplified kits of Digimon that aren't just super popular ones. Actually, now that I think about it, I need to get my hands on the Imperial Dramon Paladin mode amplified.
I want them to.
I know it's one of the less like interesting ones, but I just need it.
Yeah, I wanted it so.
It's a matter of principle.
I want it so bad too, just because it transforms. I think that's so cool. And I missed out on that figure when it came out, fucking years ago. So to have like an upgraded version would be so fun, but the problem
especially
is
because the best part about upgraded versions.
And if you get it, you have to stream it.
Ooh, yeah, that'll be a fun stream.
That would be a fun stream. I'm thinking,
especially if you use your
that kid stream last time was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I after building the Mega Man model kit, I have been thinking about just getting more kits.
Oh, man,
and just
I've got 2 kits here, and I want to build them, but it's like I just don't have time or space. But since I watched your stream, I was like, oh damn it, I want to get back into this.
Yeah, man, that's
honestly, the only thing that stopped me from doing that kind of thing is that I don't really have the right setup for it. If I get myself
I don't
a little
either.
tripod
I literally...
and a third, if I get myself a little tripod and like a third webcam, then absolutely 100% I'm gonna start streaming.
Look, I done it with one webcam and it was fine. You shouldn't limit yourself on your equipment.
I have one webcam hooked up to my bird's cage, so that I can have bird cam. I have one that I kind of need for motion capture for higher power models than this one. So I would need a third one to set up for an actual little like review station.
I just went on Amazon because we were talking about Metabots. I was like, fuck, I want to get a new Metabots kit. And I just put in Digimon. I've seen DXF, but I read it as DFX. Now, that might not mean nothing to you, but Larry down there is going to lose his absolute shit. But I just thought it was a lot funny.
I do not know what DFX means.
A nice life hack is, if you don't want to do something, just make it into content. Like, I didn't want to clean my room one day. I just fucking streamed myself cleaning my room. I was able to get a lot done that day.
If that's the case, can you show us your floor?
No, that's not happening. Not happening today.
Yeah, see, that's why you point the camera upwards as well.
Absolutely.
For me, anyway, this is like, okay, because this tiny little office, let's face it, it's I call it an office. It's a storage room. Okay?
Oh my god.
What do you have Draggy? What do you have to share?
No, it's not with the DFX. That's what that is. It's like he made a Pokemon mod for me based on all the memes on my streams and shit. It was mad. So when I seen Pokemon DXF and thought it was DFX, it's like I immediately thought of that. I was like, holy shit, has Bandai picked up on it? Are they making their own shit now?
Honestly,
that
okay,
would-
so something I kind of want to do, it would be a terrible idea to actually go through with, though.
Yes.
I want to get a 3D VTuber model. And then when I do,
Ooh.
get like a 3D environment for it to like be in so that it like looks right when it's there.
I kind of like your sprite work, though. I won't lie.
No, I'd keep the sprite work. I just wouldn't necessarily always use my sprite as like I feel like it would be more visually interesting for me to have the actual like movement of like a 3D model, and then I have screens all over the place that show sprite work stuff.
Yes.
So the sprites would not be going away. They'd just be it's just that the 3D opens up more movement and stuff, which is more visually interesting. But something I was considering was if I get like an actual like 3D space that those screens would be in,
Yes.
that in like the back of that 3D space, just occasionally having like a 3D model of a Digimon running around.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, just like I have like a little like research room or something, and then out the window you see a Tyrannomon run past, or something like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Bentley is here. Welcome.
Oh,
Hey, Mike. How you getting on?
Yeah. Yes, Fendramon, exactly like that. Very Digilab vibes.
oh yeah, that'd be sick.
All right. See ya, Half.
Oh, see ya.
Um,
No, we were talking about model kits there, and I'm just looking for Metabots ones now. And some I already have it, like the Metabots one for Metabee.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just annoying. It's like it's normally like $20 or something like that, but it's like scalpers have upped it to like 90, and then other Metabots like 20 quid.
oh god.
I know Kotobukiya made some kits not that long ago
Yeah,
of like Metabee, Ryokusho, and then Metabee's like upgraded version. I don't know if it can actually transform into the bike, but I know it's like based on that version.
yeah, you can do stuff like that. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the Cross Messiah one. I love Cross Messiah. It's such a good one. It's like basically if Metabee and Rokusho like Jogras.
That's
That's
sick.
probably one of my favorite ones. But I do want to get the transforming Metabee. That one would be awesome. It's actually not too bad. It's like $20. I might get it. I'll see.
Ooh, sorry, it's not bad at all. That's awesome.
whoa, wait. Metabee can turn into a bike?
Yeah, so there's other ones. There's I think it was Metabots Navi. He could like transform into a tank. There's some cool shit they can do. So, yeah, it's like if I always wondered, it was really weird. Look up Metabots Navi and look for the Kabuto version. The Metabee on there, it's really weird and blocky looking. It's because I always wondered why. It's got like this weird like fucking skinny penis thing sticking up over. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's actually just a nozzle for the tank. It just
cool.
looks really weird, but it's actually it looks fucking sick when he's made into a tank. I think Rokusho got a version like that as well. I can't really remember what he does.
That's cool. I really need to get into Metabots.
You do. Try Metabots R, the fan translation. They actually they did translate the very first Metabots game on color because we never are on the original Game Boy. So we never got that over here. There was a fan translation, but there's a remake of it for the PlayStation. It's called Metabots R. Just get that one.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know. I
Or
think
Metabots Core, actually. Metabots Core, sorry.
there was
That's
another.
the GBA version.
Yeah, I was gonna say the wasn't there a Game Boy Color one too?
There was Game Boy Color ones. There was, what was it, Metabots Gold and Silver?
Oh.
I need to check. Were they done before? Or please tell me they were done. Hang on. That was Gold. That was, it was on the GBA. Oh shit, okay. So it was after Pokemon, come on. Come on, stop that. No. Don't mess with my head. But yeah, the Metabots games are a lot of fun. I love the battle system. The battle system is just so unique for a monster raising game. It's just, I love it. Whereas tracks always end up talking about pipe. Pipe? Oh, no. No, man, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I'm with people that don't know our streams that well. It's gonna come across sus. Oh man, carry on, go. Subject, please.
But yeah.
We actually gotta do this awkward silence thing.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have anything more to that Tenkai Knights theory. It was just something I noticed.
Oh yeah, no, I seen you post something about it on Twitter actually as well.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoy these whole theory things. How does it tie into version Saturn though? That's the real question.
That's a
Good
good
question.
point. Let me hold on. I have
We have the technology.
we have the technology. We can prove this. Go to Wikimon.
We do an SMT on it and just like bend everything until we can just make it haphazardly fit.
All right. So, Toyagumon's first V-Pet was the OG Metal Empire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then
Playing Pokemon, listening to Digimon Good Day.
and there we go. If we pop
we do?
over to
Oh,
the Digimon Pendulum and hit the wrong buttons. Metal Empire. Oh, interesting. Mechanorimon, which is also on the Metal Empire Pendulum, it initially appeared in version S.
god damn.
But it does not look like it can actually evolve from Toyagumon.
The Tankstramon.
So the new Digimon introduced on
Not Tankstramon, but Tankmon. Sorry, Tankmon. Because
mm-hmm.
Tankmon was like the original champion form for Toyagumon. Back when World was out.
Oh, Toyagumon's in World? I didn't know that.
Toyagumon's in World, so is Clear Agumon. But Tankmon is in
cool.
there as well. He's like the champion that was around that area.
Oh, cool.
So I was just connected him and Toyagumon together in my head.
Unfortunately, it does not seem like they will.
Saturn, you failed us on this one occasion that we needed you.
Okay.
Hold up!
You will.
Hold up! Saturn isn't connected to the Toyagumon thing. But you know what it just tied us back to?
SMT.
What?
It just tied us back to the Omegamon theory.
Oh.
Okay, I'll take it.
Look at
I'll take
this. Mechanorimon evolves from Roachmon. If Mechanorimon canonically evolves from Roachmon, Roachmon appears on Primeval Warriors
Yeah, he does.
as a possible evolution for Wormmon, which means that it can serve as a possible pre-evolution for Paladin mode.
Nice.
which on its own ties to the idea of being, which on its own can be seen as tying into the idea of the Omegamon theory. But we must also consider the Wormmon special, as was proven in the Wormmon special, as if Roachmon is... So Roachmon appeared in the version Saturn. Version Saturn was all about them hackers. Roachmon, is a virus type, and basically operates like a roach, but wait, what? It's never been adult men. Hold on, I'm very confused. Wait, wrong button. Version S. Trax, would you by any chance happen to know what, Rookie, evolves into Roachmon? Because these evolution charts are not showing, the Rookie level for S. Or Rookie levels for S. Oh wait, there's a game facts page here. There's a translation guide.
Oh, thank God.
Let's go. Are the version S exclusive Digimon, do they immediately hatch into champion?
Is that how it works?
It looks like it. Which means that the first... What? Hold on. Hold on. Things are about to get very complicated, aren't they?
Why?
I think Trax might have fallen asleep, and I'm glad that he's not going to bear witness to this, but... If Roachmon's original appearance does not involve a rookie form, then that would imply that the Digimon it has been assigned in Virtual Pets, which would likely be its most common, I guess, would be Gaomon, Morphomon, Tsunarizumon, and Wormmon. If it was created, if the version S's don't start off as champions, that implies that, and this guide we just read implies that they are artificially created given that another one of its possible prevolutions, Morphomon from the Penzi, which is linked back to the same baby levels on Sunariza and Galmon, implies that Roachmon is possibly a hacked corruption of the HiveNet from the Wormmon episode.
Oh my god. Goodness. Oh my goodness.
How does this keep happening? How does everything loop back to the motherfucking Saturn?
I don't know, man. I wish I do.
You can't just future-proof a franchise this well!
It's ridiculous how well we've done it. I mean, even like, we go back and we look at like Cyber Sleuth and like Yahabu flat out was just like, oh no, none of this is original. What are you talking about? This is all from like OG Digimon, and it's just like it's insane. Like the more you look into it, like oh, even like the crack team keep coming up in conversation. I'm like, we didn't even know, they didn't rise to like really big prominence until like the later 10s.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, like now they're like, it's like, oh, that's such an interesting idea. Like hackers are trying to hack Digimon. It's like, yeah, it's been there since the fucking beginning. Everyone's favorite Digimon is that he's a member of the crack team.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of crazy to think about. And also, the fact that it always comes back to this.
Always. Without fail.
I swear.
There's always some kind of link back to the fucking crack
The crack team is mentioned by name in Ghost Game. That alone will make it like my favorite.
Yep. Ghost Game will become the greatest Digimon anime of all time, despite its flaws. All they have to do is say the word crack team on screen.
100%.
1000%.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Granted, I'm literally just after stepping back into the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if you remember, Wormmon Day had a special episode where we were theorizing that, Wormmon actually was, like, tied into the management system of the actual Digital World Network in a fairly similar way to the way we were talking about Omegamon earlier.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Roachmon, basically we were wondering, how do you get the special version S Digimon in version Saturn? Do they just hatch as champions?
I have no clue. I haven't played it in a little while. I didn't even get that far when I did play.
Alright. The reason
I've been trying to figure out a way to play it on stream.
Yeah.
Go on.
It looks like they just hatch at champion level. Roachmon being one of them.
Okay, give me a look here.
Roachmon becomes the perfect level variant of Mechanorimon, which, as far as I'm aware, only appears on the version S. And to finish things off on that front, the version Gokimon has only appeared on a virtual pet twice, and both virtual pets that it appeared on have Wormmon line adjacent, or either Wormmon or Wormmon line adjacent for pre-evolutions. Therefore, Roachmon is a corruption of the HiveNet in the same way that Alter S is a theoretical corruption of the Omegamon system. Thank you for coming to my BEM talk.
My BEM talk.
I guess dim talk would work better. Thank you for coming to my dim talk.
I'm glad they're keeping that because like at
Yeah.
first they seemed like they were axing the word or the not like the nomenclature.
That
of BEM.
confused me so much.
Yeah.
I think they walked back on it because I think they genuinely were going to call them like in the initial.
I think it would have been a bad idea to rebrand them anyways.
I don't think so either. I think they're only calling the Digimon ones dim cards. I think the other ones are being called like BEM cards, like they were before.
Man, I never would have thought that Digimon Identified Memory would only be used to identify Digimon cards.
Who'd have thunk that this brand that we built off of Digimon works better when we make it work with Digimon? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy that we're getting all the crossovers and stuff, but Bandai almost made a huge mistake with the way they handled the character brace.
Yeah. I
That
feel
would've
like there's a part of me that feels like they might be making a similar mistake with the way, depending on how they handle the character side integration of the BE app. Just because one thing I know right now is that Digimon are getting separate arenas for, so like, if you upload from a Vital Bracelet, that has its own arena. If you upload Digimon from a BE, that has its own arena. And then characters, I don't know if they're divided up by franchise, but characters themselves have a separate arena from the two Digimon ones.
The character VB got screwed over so bad.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for anyone that picked up that because it's like they literally just says, "Okay, we're putting this out," and then done nothing with it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like,
The app is still like the basic app. They never got an arena. They never got raids.
They never
No.
got an arena or raids.
nah, it's just a storage unit, really.
And
sucks.
it's not even online. If you lost your phone, you would lose every character you had on it.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Really? They didn't even
shit,
connect
I didn't
it?
know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's.
Damn.
I mean, hey, now hopefully it will be backed up a bit better.
Yeah.
Thanks for the new app. Meanwhile, by the way, while we were recording this, while we've been in here, Cyanic just posted. They made an app for the Flipper that allows you to essentially clone your watch, your Vital Brace, your Digivice V, what have you,
Mhm.
and you can transfer all your Digimon that are in the app into the Flipper, and then from the Flipper into the new app. And the Flipper can hold more data than the Vital Brace, so he essentially made a way for us to import and export our Digimon in mass.
What the fuck for that?
I need to talk to him
so
later.
I need to get a Flipper ASAP.
I need to get a Flipper ASAP, and I need to talk to Cyanic later. For
Yeah.
reasons.
Because I'm pretty surprised that they figured it out so quickly. That's pretty sick, honestly.
I'm not. Cyanic's been doing this shit slightly behind people's backs this entire time.
Oh yeah, maybe this is just something they've had in the works, and then now they're like, okay, now I can release this and not get in trouble because they're shutting down the app anyway.
Yeah, no, something really cool Cyanic was able to pull off a while back was, essentially a Digimon amiibo.
Oh,
They
sick.
wrote a specific Digimon onto an NFC tag, and then made it so that if you scanned that tag with your phone, like if you actually like tried to like you could bring a Digimon back into the app from that tag, and then if you went back to the tag, the Digimon's information was still there; it wasn't wiped, so you could get another one.
Oh, sick.
Which would have been awesome if we had a normal freaking Jogress system.
Yeah.
Like, it is so weird to me that, like, we spent the entire time being like, I used to think, like, man, I'm not sure how I feel about my Digimon being eaten whenever I do Jogress. essentially. I know that's not what happens, but it kind of feels like it sometimes.
Yeah.
And then Bandai's like, here you go. Now you can have your Jawgresses not kill the other Digimon. And I'm just like, thanks, I hate it.
And even with the BE, it's pretty much going away entirely. Like they're gonna have the Jawgresses for like the obvious Digimon that require Jawgress.
I thought they backtracked on that too.
Oh, did they backtrack on that?
I heard about them backtracking. I don't know whether or not it was some kind of weird fever dream.
Fingers crossed, because that's my biggest crutch. If I ever end up in the wrong line, I'm like, okay, I can Jawgress out of this. We're fine. That is literally the only way I was able to get Ragnar Lordmon.
I need to run that game
I
properly.
went Jawgress route to get to Ragnar Lordmon, but all I actually did was I double Jawgressed to get Zuba Eager to Hisaryu and then Hisaryu to Duranda, just because I don't like Duramon. And it's not even that I dislike Duramon, it's just that I hate having I hate how similar Duramon and Durandamon are.
They're almost exactly the same. One's like taller, that's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one has legs and one doesn't.
Oh, well, yeah, but semantics, you know.
Yeah, Duramon has legs and a tail with a sword at the end, whereas Durandamon does not have a tail and also does not really have legs. But still, it kind of feels like I feel like of the two main Legend Arms lines, Ludomon's design felt like it should have been the one on. Yes, we are still alive. How is the mummy?
Oh, we just rode the mummy. Nice.
Yeah. But I feel like Ludomon's line got a way better design philosophy than Zubamon's did.
Yeah.
There is so much more variation in that makes me feel like Zubamon kind of got shafted and that it got the Vorvomon kind of treatment.
I think the main reason why, personally, like my own theory on that, I think the reason why it looks like Zubamon's line looks the way it does is because I think the entire line, at least like the original sprite work, is just reworked sprites from existing sprites that they were like working with. Like, obviously, like the main rookie is just classic Agumon with a little knife on his face.
Yeah.
And then the rest, and then other than Zuba Eagermon, I mean, even Zuba Eagermon might be some like bits to this stuff, but I know like his last two evolutions are extremely similar to Jesmon's evolutions.
That is true. For
like,
the
I used to
reveal
call
of
it
Ludomon, a lot of people thought that those two were supposed to be linked, and like actually are kind of in Cyber Sleuth.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, so in Cyber Sleuth, Hackmon can evolve into Zuba Eagermon, and Zubamon can evolve into Bauhuckmon.
Interesting.
And both of their champion levels are capable of evolving into Kendo Garurumon.
Huh. Yeah, that's
And
very
I'm pretty sure that they're the only champion levels able to evolve into Kendo Garurumon outside of Lobomon itself.
weird. I used to call them the twins back when I used to run them on the 20th because they looked so similar. Like they're almost their entire line.
They look like they're supposed to be paired together.
Yeah, like they really do.
In fact, before I knew about the existence of Ludomon, I thought that it was going to be a Jesmon and Durandamon Jawgress, and my basis for thinking this was that in Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's memory, and also in Link's, Hackmon evolves from Koromon, and Zubamon evolves from Sunomon. Plus the gold-silver dynamic, it would have just looked so cool.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. Like, I mean, they just look.
And also, how is it that Jesmon GX was not the knight that would wield them?
Maybe maybe I don't know. It's a good question, honestly. It wouldn't have been as cool, I guess. They just decided to make a new. I mean, then again, like I don't know. The actual artwork for Ragnar Lordman was done pretty late. Like his official artwork wasn't actually finished and approved and out until like a couple months after the Pen 20th had already come out.
Yep.
So I
remember the days of going on Wikimon, looking on Ragnar Lordman's page, and seeing nothing but the freaking 10 by 10 pixel
tiny sprite.
No, yeah. not the sprite. The 10 by 10 pixel cropped image.
Oh, the leaf image?
Yeah, the cropped image of the line work that was on Watanabe's desk.
I remember those days. That was so funny. And it's interesting too to think back on that because like I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of concept out there like Zeedmon where it's it's Durandamon holding the two. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. Considering that like, they were already kind of thinking of giving Jesmon this kind of like ultimate type of form to like prove that he is like like the new big shit Royal Knight. So I wouldn't be surprised if like that was the initial idea. It was like, okay, we're gonna have Jesmon with a new evolution holding Durandamon and Durandamon and Ludomon's Mega. But then they were like, oh, well, we're gonna do that. Well, how about we just like make a Digimon that's inspired by all the other Royal Knights into one, and then later on we'll give Jesmon some kind of form.
Yeah, like basically a kind of Gaiomon situation again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that exists out there somewhere. They just haven't revealed it yet, but just because I could see them working that into different stuff. I mean, it's possible that they're working that into Ghost Game. It's possible that they're working that. Into
just random idea here, but with the exception of Zubamon, every anniversary Digimon has ended up as a Royal Knight.
As what?
Royal Knight. Agumon ends at Omegamon. Dorumon ends at Alphamon. Dracomon ends at Examon. Hackmon ends at Jesmon. Every anniversary Digimon is a Royal Knight, with the exception of Ragnar Lordmon.
Interesting, yeah, you're right.
Which is based on the Royal Knights overall. We can't make Daydream Evolution because no one other than Ragnar Lordmon has the interface.
Yeah. Well, I think my mind is sufficiently blown for the day.
We've nearly reached 2 hours and 45 minutes. I'd be fine calling it here. We've covered some serious ground.
We've covered a lot of fucking ground today.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to fall asleep there the last 20 minutes. It's getting kind of late over here, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We've been talking, we nearly reached 3 hours. I think calling it here is fine.
I think that's great.
Thank you everyone for coming to our first Twitch MONSPIRACY. We will continue to use this platform in the future. And yes, you are absolutely right, Drag.
We've talked about that. We have talked about that.
We have talked about that too, because he's the reincarnation of Lucemon. Praise Lucemon, hero of the digital world.
Oh my god. The true hero this whole time.
We yeah, no problem. I will I'm gonna see if I can get myself, now that I found that guide on GameFAQs for the Saturn, I want to see if I can get an actual emulator set up and stream it here, because that would be super fun.
I know Saturn used to be kind of hard to emulate, but considering version S is pretty, like, it's not that crazy.
You have BlueStacks?
I have BlueStacks, yeah.
Okay, get Oh fuck, what's it? It's an app I use on my phone to play it. Oh fuck, what's it called? 2 seconds. I will get it here for you now. Oh, Classic Boy it's called. If you have an Android phone, get Classic Boy. It's got a load of different emulators on there. I don't know if you need the Pro version, which is like $1 or something like that. Get that one. It has a Saturn emulator. Everything's all built in. All you do is just download the game, move it to a folder, and it'll play. If you have BlueStacks, I think, because this is what I planned to do when I was trying to stream it there. If you have BlueStacks, try run the app on there and see if you can run it that way.
I mean, worst case scenario,
It's
I do
just-
have that thing to capture my phone's screen, and I might be able to set up like
Oh yeah.
keyboard input instead of using an on-screen one, just because like since I have an Android, I might as well go all out with the awesome things that Android can do, because Android is the superior operating system for mobile devices.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways to do it, but I think it's best to just try and emulate it through the phone rather than all the other shit you have to go through.
Yeah. Honestly, like, working on fan project stuff has made me appreciate Android even more.
Oh, hell yeah.
because
Hell yeah. I could not
trying
go
to
near
get
one of them
Worlds
filthy
to
Apple
work on
products.
a Mac or an iPhone with an actual scan system was just so much hell. But yeah, thank you for coming, everyone, and we shall see you all again next time.
Bye.
Says bye bye.
Later.
Thank you. Bye bye.